story. But I'm wondering if maybe just 2 or 3 of you might share something special. I don't want to cut it off, but like I said, I know all of us have a John Peterson story. I've only been here 5 years and I've got a stack. So if 2 or 3 of you might like to share something, just stand up and raise your hand and I'll bring the microphone to you.
I'm Don Burgess. So, Pastor Shope just shows up from Alaska, and he's preaching at Faith Baptist Church over behind Walmart. And he's giving away tickets to the Sportsman's Banquet. I happen to have a ticket. And of course, when you go to the Sportsman's Banquet, you're supposed to bring some kind of wild game and cook it. You don't want to give people raw wild game. So, I went to John Peterson. I asked him, you know, John, I've got a lot of wild game in my freezer, thanks to H&H Meats. But that's precious. It cost me about $80 a pound. So, could you see it in your heart to donate some wild game to the Faith Baptist dinner? And he said, you betcha. So he gives me 15 pounds of prime bear meat. Now, I've got a son-in-law who's Korean, and I've learned how to cook Korean barbecue. That's called bulgogi. So I pack up my grill, and we head over to Faith Baptist Church, and I prepare Korean barbecue. And everybody wants the recipe, praise the Lord. And of course, I gave all the credit to John Peterson. There were a lot of hunters there, and I told them, if you want to have your game processed, you take it to John Peterson. My friend John. My friend John's not the big bad one, you know. He'll take my game, buck, bull, cow, or doe. So, not to worry. Let's keep having fun. Keeping on till the hunting is done.
I just wanted to say, in some of John's last days, I was blessed in being able to go over to their house and work with John on his speech and swallow. And I took a couple of hymnals with me, and John said, oh, he would really enjoy singing, because Peaches wouldn't let him join the choir. And he said, I sing so bad that I always sat in the front seat and sang out loud because nobody could hear me there. And he loved singing the hymns. But one of the stories that I want to tell, on my 50th birthday, our daughter went to H&H to see if John would let her slice the meat for my birthday party. And she walked in and asked him, and she said, he just kind of looked at her, and she said, it's for my mother, Nancy Ingebretson. And he said, you got it. Go back in the back room, slice it, anything you want. John was a real sweetheart, and he would do anything for anyone. We love John, and we will miss him.
I don't know that they need this. I was with Gideon with John, and had the privilege of going on distributions with him. But I want to just tell a story about him that this church will recognize. A couple of years ago, John went to Pastor Scott and asked him if Gideons could come in, as they often do, and give a presentation. And Pastor Scott said, sure, that'd be fine. And of course, John immediately forgot. So the Sunday that we were supposed to be here, no Gideons. And Pastor Scott kind of looked at him, and John said, well, I guess I'll have to do it. So John came and gave the presentation, and then proceeded to come to us and remind us that we forgot.